A cult of Shakespeare arose in England toward the end of the 18th century. The man who launched it was David Garrick. Garrick was a shamelessly naturalistic actor, a man who cried on cue and looked as if he meant it. Garrick electrified London audiences as Hamlet, Henry V, and Richard III, as shown here. In 1769, Garrick organized the Great Shakespeare Jubilee at the poet's birthplace, Stratford-upon-Avon. At the time, many in town had no idea who Shakespeare was. Cannon were fired, banners unfurled, songs sung. Shakespeare had made Garrick a star, and now Garrick turned Shakespeare into a deity, the immortal bard, an emblem of English genius beyond criticism and without rival. Legends developed. The bard had supposedly planted a mulberry tree next to his house. Garrick had an ornate armchair carved from the wood of the downed tree. A flood of souvenirs followed. Especially popular were tea chests, goblets, and toothpick holders, all carved from the inexhaustible mulberry tree. Samuel Ireland, who etched this scene of Stratford in 1793, was just one of a stream of cultists who made the pilgrimage to Stratford. Samuel was eager to buy relics for his collection. The shabby cottage where the bard was born was a popular first step, even if not a scrap of paper or a stick of furniture remained from Shakespeare's life. Samuel, trailed by his teenage son, William Henry, visited the nearby home of Anne Hathaway. Here he managed to buy an oak chair. In it, young Shakespeare had wooed his beloved while holding her on his lap, or so he was told. Papers from Shakespeare's life were said to be stored in a dark, rambling mansion on the outskirts of town. Its owner told Samuel that yes, he'd found piles of old papers in the attic with Shakespeare's signature, but he'd recently burned them all up while house cleaning. Samuel didn't understand he was being toyed with. His son better understood what was happening, and he marked well how gullible his father was.